Hello, hopefully all of you are doing good. First of all, wish you all a very happy and prosperous new year. I hope this year will bring good health to you and your family as well. So, in the previous video, we are discussing about the Splunk single value visualizations here, right? And in the previous video, we have seen how to create this single value icon visualization in our Splunk dashboard, and we are basically working with COVID-19 data. So it's kind of static data we have downloaded from the Kaggle. So this will be the second part of the video where we are still going to discuss the single value visualizations only, but this time we are going to create a separate one. So as I told before, so there are three ways you can create single value visualizations. One is the single value icon, which we discussed before. Now today we are going to see how to create the single value visualization just like we did in the classic framework as well. And there is another single value visualization called the radial chart, which we will see that one as well. So if you remember, we are trying to create this kind of single values today. Okay, so before that, I think in the last video what I missed to do is I just missed to make this particular string as green color and as well as change its font as well. So let us try to do that one here. Okay, so what I'll do is I will go to edit mode. For this guy, I will just change the font color as green, and the font I can choose it from here. If you see the font settings, so I think this one should be fine. Splunk platform mono, I think. Okay, so this will make this particular text same as what we are trying to achieve in actual as well. Okay, so now let us try to concentrate on these three things over here. If you see it, so what it is currently displaying is the number of active cases trend now. So if you see it, like here we were discussing about the summary data, right? The total active cases currently. Now this is going to this here we are basically showing the active cases trend over here, and that we are showing it for the three countries, India, US and Brazil here. Okay, so how we will do it? So first of all, if you see it, there is a text over here, active cases trend. So let us create that using this particular text box over here. So I'll just say active cases trend here. So I will make the color as white. We will make it as bold as well. So I'll keep it over here somewhere. Okay, now we need to create three single value visualizations here, right? So this time we will not do it through the single value icon. We will not come over here. So what we will do is we will click on over here in the graphs. Okay, now if I just go down, so for the single value there is two options over here, right? The radial chart and the single value chart. So for now we will select this guy over here. Okay, so let us bring this guy here. So now we need a search to display this data. So as we are showing up trend over here, so that's why for now we will be working with the daily data. So if you remember, we have ingested two different data over here, right? The daily data as well as the summary data here, right? So for displaying the trend, we will be working with the daily data because we are going to use the time chart over here. Now I will just table the necessary columns I need. So I'll just copy that one. So what we'll do is we will table this columns including our underscore time. If you see it, because we are going to create a time chart over here. So this, first of all, this will become our base search for the daily data, right? So let us create that one. So we will go to our dashboard, main dashboard over here. We'll go to data sources. We'll create a base search first. So we'll give it a name called base underscore search underscore daily over here. Okay, because this is the daily data search here, DILY. and this will be our search string. So this will go through the time value as well, so that is fine. Let us save this one here. Now we are going to create 3 different searches, basically the chain searches for 3 different countries, because we need to display for India, US and Brazil here, right? So let us create those chain searches here. So let us first develop this one here. So let's say for India, what we need to do is we need to basically filter this data based on this country. So I'll say where country equals to India. So this will basically filter the data for India. And what we are trying to show, we are trying to show a trend of the active cases over here. Now if you see it, currently when I have this underscore time, so because we are ingesting the daily data over here, right? So the active cases are basically like the current active cases it will show you. It's not like, let's say for 1st of December, there are this many number of active cases, right? The 2nd of December, this data may include some of the data points from here as well, right? So that's why if we just want to know a trend of the active cases, so what we can do is for each and every time chart bucket, we can just take the max value of the active cases, right? So that will give me the active cases for that particular day or for that particular time period, right? So I can say something like time chart. So I will not give any span over here, because if I just go to my dashboard and select something from here, so the time chart span will be automatically determined by Splunk. So if you give span, so that will be a fixed kind of span over here. Okay, so time chart, I'll just say max of the active cases as active cases over here. Okay, so that will give me a time chart of the active cases here. And if you see it is creating bucket still 1st of 2020, basically January 2022 as well, right? Because as I have not given any time chart over here, time chart span over here, so that's why by default it is taking the daily wise data over here. So based on whatever time range you will be selecting from your time chart, basically your time input, not the time chart, your time input here, so that span will be automatically adjusted by Splunk. Now if you want to go with this fixed span, you can mention the span over here as well. Okay, so anyway, the idea is to just understand the visualizations and how to implement it. So let us go with this one. Now I will do another thing as well. I will do a fill null over here as well, so that it will replace the null values with zeros as well. If you see for January 2022, because of the static nature of this data, I still not have that particular data. We still not have that data, right? So that's why it is showing up 0, but in reality it is definitely not 0, because currently in every country we are seeing another surge over here. So again we have to stay together and follow all the COVID protocols over here as well. So anyway, let's move on, because the Kaggle link from where I have downloaded this data, so it's basically they update it every month. So they still not updated the Jan 2022 data over here. Okay, so anyway, so this will become my search portion for the chain search here, right? So let us copy this one here, and what I'll do is I'll go to my dashboard and I'll go to my data source over here. I will just create a chain search over here. I'll give it a name called active cases, let's say trend India here. Okay, so parent search, this time I will select the daily search, and this will be our post process search, right? The chain search portion over here. Save it. Similarly, I will create other chain searches for US and Brazil as well, right? So active cases trend USA. So now what I'll do is I will just select the daily search, and this time the country will be USA over here, right? So save it. Again, I will just create the another one for the Brazil as well. Active cases trend and Brazil over here. Okay, so trend here. So I'll just select the daily base search and the country this time will be Brazil here, right? So I'll just save it. Now we have our chain searches ready. So let us try to create 3 different single value visualizations with trend and see how it works there. So now I'll select this one over here as I already added one. So now title I will not give anything, because if I just see it here, so we have a simple text box over here, India, right? So let's not give any title over here and description over here. The data source I'll select India here, right? So once I do that one, so it will basically try to display the data over here. Now as we see it here for Jan 2022, we have 0 record. So what I'll do it for now is we will just filter based on time. Okay, so I'll just say before this one, December 31st. Okay, so if I just apply this one, so it will basically omit that last bucket over here and it will show you this particular value over here. Now this is actually a big value. So what we can do is we can do similar way. We can do is just like we did it for the previous case, we will convert it to million over here, right? So eval active cases equals to active cases divided by our 1 million, and we will round it to 2 decimal point, just like we did it in previously. So we will copy this guy over here as well. Let us go back here and make these changes here as well. So this is our million. So we will do it for the other time charts as well, for US and Brazil. So this will just formatting to million over here, right? Now if I just select this one, if you see currently it is showing up 0, but if I just run this search and see it till December, it is 0.11. So that means we need to play around with the precision as well. So if I just display 2-digit precision, so now this is fine, correct? So now let us discuss the other properties of this single value here. If you see, this portions is very much self-explanatory over here. Like if you just move this one, so this position will be changing over here, right? Similarly, the width and height as well. And the data field, you want to show it over here, you can select it from here. So as we want to show our active cases column value, right? The field value, so that we have selected by default will be selected from here as well. Now unit position, so as we want to display million, so unit M we have to create it over here. Now precision, we already did it. Trend, we because here we turned off the trend, but here we need to show the either absolute or percentage. So let's see that one, what we have did it over here. We are showing the percentage over here. So let us go with the percent value over here. So how much percentage there is increment or decrement here. Okay. Now spark line. So this is the spark line over here, which we are showing in the below, right? So in using this particular settings, you can basically tell where you need to show this spark line. So either you can do it before, so it will display something like this one, or below, we have seen it, or after, something like this one as well. I think below looks good, so we will go with this one. Now coloring, as we have applied the colors over here, the similar range we will be doing it as well. So as we have seen it, so there are 2 things over here. Now if you remember, for this guy, so let us do this one. Let us now compare with this guy as well. So once I select this guy, for this guy, if you see it, the difference is you can see the icon and the measure value. So that coloring option you can do it, right? And as well as trend as well over here, because this was a single value icon here. But once we are working with the single value, so there is no icon present here, right? So that means we are only able to do the coloring of the measure value as well as trend over here. Okay, so which we will do it for both of these guy over here, measure value as well as trend. Now let us try to change the range over here. So below 5, so we will do the same stuff. 5 and above 15 we'll be doing basically the red. So we need to do this one. So I will remove this ranges over here. This is fine. Less than 5 green, 5 to 15 this color, and 15 and above is this color over here. So this is fine. Now I will do the similar stuff for the trend as well, right? So 5, add range, 5, less than 5 is red, so I'll just select red over here. 5 to 15 is this color. So let us try to select a separate color ranges over here. Sequential I'll just choose over here. Okay, so this is fine. Less than 5 is green, and 5 to 15 is this color, and 15 and above is this color over here. So trend will also follow the similar color pattern what we have seen it over here. Okay, so as this value is less than 5, so that's why it is showing up green over here. So now if you see, this particular background is having a white color over here, right, because of this guy. Now if you see in the way we want it over here is like the transparent one, right? So that one we can achieve through this one, static background. So if I just select this one and select the first one over here, transparent, so it will show up something like this one over here. Okay, so and if you see, the trend line is not at all visible over here, right? So we need to make it as some other color, something like this red over here, which we will do it. But if you see, there is no option over here from the UI using which we can do it. Okay, so we will see how to fix this one, but first let us try to create the other charts over here. Okay, so other similar charts over here. So for now what I'll do is, okay, this is fine. I will just add a new text box over here called India, and I will just make it as white color, make it as bold, and we need to basically rotate it so that it will display something like this one. So that you can do it using this rotation degrees here. Okay, so if I just mention minus 90 degree here, because we want to rotate it as a 90 degree over here, right? So that will become my value over here. Okay, and let's make it a little bit bigger over here as well. So font size, I'll just make it a little bit bigger. Okay, so this one I'll just drag it over here. I'll just keep it. So similar way we will be doing it for the US and Brazil as well. So I'll just select this one. So now what I'll do is I will just copy it, basically clone this guy and create the other one as well, so that I do not need to set this, whatever options I have set for trends, for the precision, everything, I do not need to do it again and again here. So to clone a particular visualization, what you need to do is you need to select this one and click on over here, the clone. So this will basically clone the visualizations here. So you can drag it below. So this is for US. Again, I will do it for Brazil as well. First I will clone it, then I will change it accordingly. So what the change we need to do it over here is, so let's drag it a bit up over here. Okay, so now the change we need to do it over here is the search, right? So we'll delete this one. We'll set the primary data source as the trend US. Okay, so this will basically become the US one. Similarly for Brazil as well, we will delete the search. We will set up the primary search as for Brazil. So now if you see, once I copied this guy 2 times, so there are 2 copy this search also created over here. So you can delete them because there's anyway we are not going to use it there, right? So for Brazil, we will just select this guy now. So this will become the Brazil one, right? And we need to select, basically create this text boxes as well. So let us do that one. So text box USA, I'll do the similar kind of coloring here, white, bold, and I'll just increase the size a bit, and I will rotate it to 90 degree, and I will just drag it over here. I'll just drag it over here. Similar stuff I will do it for Brazil as well. So I'll just write Brazil here. I will make it as white, bold, and I will just increase the size a bit, and I will rotate it to -90, and then I will drag it over here. I'll just drag it over here. So you almost created the similar stuff whatever we have it over here, but we need to create this trend line in red color over here. Now to do that one, so as we are seeing it over here, we cannot do this one from the UI, right? So this type of things you need to change it from the backend. So that's why you need to go to the JSON code and change it over here. Now what we need to change? So to know that one, if you just go to Splunk documentation for the single value, so they have a source option for single value and single value icon. So there is a lot of options over here which you need to set it from the backend. So they have defined it over here. Now either you can make it as give it as a static color, or you can make it dynamic as well. Now to set it as a dynamic color, we need to understand one thing called the DOS, okay, which we will be discussing in the next video. But for today we will just set a static color and then we will just go through it. So to change the sparkline color, so there is a option called sparkline stroke color over here, okay, so which you can either set it to a dynamic or static color. So for today we will just set it to a static color here. So I'll just copy this one. I will go to backend now. So here I'll go to the source code. Now if you see it, this is a huge code base over here, right? So somewhere, so you have two options over here. Either you can directly go to this particular source code and find that particular single value, whatever you have it, change it over there. So you have to basically change it in this options over here, okay? Now this will take some time. So what we can do is we can basically select, okay, this becomes all time, so let us change it to before December 31st, apply. So now what we can do is, this will be the best way. I can select the visualization, and if you just go down, so there is an option called code over here, okay? If you select this one, so this will basically show you the code defined only for this particular visualization, okay, which you have set it from your UI. So here you can change it. So as we need to add it to the options, correct, into these options, so what we can do is we can add that options over here. So let's add this one. So we are going to add the sparkline stroke color over here, right? So I'll give this guy over here, and we need to remove the space over here, and we need to give some color over here. So let us give a red color over here, just like we did it over here. So we will give the hex code for that color as well over here, okay? So once we did that, if you see, this becomes our red color over here, okay? So similarly we will do it for the other visualizations as well here. So I'll just copy this particular line, we will save it, we'll go to this one, we will go to code, and in the options we are going to add this one, so comma, and we are going to add this one here. So this will also become red. We'll save it, and we will do it for the Brazil as well. So we will go to code, and we will change it over here. So this is very handy actually, right? Changing it from over here, because you do not need to go through that whole big JSON file and find your visualizations. If you want to do it, you can do it as well using this visualization ID as well. So that if you find it over here in your source code, you need to find it with this ID and then change it over there. Instead of that, you can directly do it from here as well, because it is, at the end of the day, it is just a JSON files, right? So once we do that one, so now at least it is giving me proper colors over here. So if I just go to view, so it is giving me proper colors over here for this 3 countries over here, right? So we are able to achieve like how to create a single value with trend correct? And how to color the trend spark line as well, we did that, but we colored it with a static color, if you see it, right? Because if you see that the current trend over here, it is showing green, but our the spark line is showing up red, which may not be desirable over here, right? So maybe we want to color it same as whatever we have our current trend here, right? So this thing we are going to achieve it using the dynamic coloring of the static of this spark line over here. So for that we need to understand certain structures, so that we will first discuss and then we will try to achieve this one over here. Okay, so hopefully this video makes some sense. Now before we close in, so there is another visualizations I was showing you, right? The radial one. So I can just quickly show you that one, because anyway for our current dashboard we are not going to keep that one, but it is worth discussing as well, because this one you can see it, you can use it in your dashboard as well, right? So this is just, I'll just say my data source name. If you see, this is another thing I wanted to show you. Whenever you are creating a particular visualization, right, so by default it will ask you for a data source name and search. There is no other option you can choose from the existing search, right? So in that case what you need to do is you need to click outside, then go inside it again. So this time it will show you the option to set the primary data source, which you already saved it over here, right? So I will do it for the current active cases, whatever we are showing up over here as well. Okay, the current active cases, and if you see it, our precision, I will just display it as 2. Okay, so that will become the similar value over here. Unit, I'll just show you just the way I have displayed it over here, correct? So now either you can choose the background color, or you can have some thresholding as well, so that also you can do. Here you can basically set it up that value like 5, 15, correct? So now I will just delete the other settings here as well. So below 5 it should be green, 5 to 15 it should be this guy, and 15 above this should be this guy as well. So this is how you will be basically playing around this one as well. Okay, and if you want to change something, you can always do it from this code portion over here as well. Similarly, for if you want to just displaying the trend and all, so you can do it from here as well, just like we did it for other stuff over here. So hopefully this video was helpful. See you in the next video.